Good morning, students. Today, the same chapter is there, financial management, and today's topic is capital structure, in which I will teach you that how to calculate EPS, earning per share, for the company in which debt is nil, because it is a different situation from all the situation we discussed earlier. So this is an important part of this chapter, in which we have to discuss about this topic, that how to calculate EPS and ROI for the company whose debt is not given, so that we can find out the debt and ROI for the companies as per the question. Now see the question at first. After that I will explain this question to you. Okay, students. Now I'm going to explain the question to you. Beforehand, I just tell you the meaning of capital structure. Capital structure refers to the ratio between debt and equity used by the company to find out that in which condition the company preferred to use more debt in the capital structure, and in which condition the company preferred to use more equity in the capital structure. So generally this type of question comes in the board examination, in which we have to find out the EPS and ROI. So the question is, one company have the equity capital of rupees 50 lakh and the debt capital the company have 20 lakh. Debt capital is 20 lakh for company A. For company B, debt capital is nil. For company C, debt capital is rupees 10 lakh. So that the company has to find out the value of EPS, in which the earning before interest and taxes is given 20 lakh rupees. Tax rate is 20%. Interest rate is 10%. And the face value of rupees 10 per share. So on the basis of the given information, we have to calculate EPS and ROI for three conditions, in which I told you about condition A and condition C already. And also yesterday I solved the question in which condition A and C are mentioned, but condition B is new for you people. So I am going to explain this situation today, that how to calculate EPS and ROI if the debt capital is nil. So look at the solution now. Solution always starts with EBIT. As I told you, whenever we are going to calculate EPS and ROI, we have to start with EBIT. EBIT stands for earning before interest and taxes. So 20 lakh rupees EBIT, as it is mentioned in the question, 20 lakh rupees. So the method is, at first we have to deduct debt capital from EBIT, and we are giving the solution of company B, and company B do not have any type of debt, so that the debt will be nil, because the interest will always oppose over the debt. If debt is nil, then ultimately the interest will not be calculated over EBIT. That is why I mention nil over there. That is why I mention nil over here. Here. It can be also write as a interest. So if EBT, earning before tax, will be 20 lakh only, because interest will not be calculated. So we have to calculate tax rate at the rate of 20% from 20 lakh. Then it will be 4 lakh. Then we have to deduct EBT. We have to deduct tax from EBT. Then it will be 16 lakh as a EAT. EAT stands for earning after tax. Then we got EAT. Then we should find out EPS, earning per share, and the method for calculating EPS is EAT upon number of shares. And if we are going to calculate, if we are going to find out the number of shares, then the formula will be equity capital upon face value. As equity capital is given rupees 50 lakh as per the question. Equity capital is given 50 lakh and the face value is rupees 10. Then ultimately the number of shares will be 5 lakh. So if we are dividing EAT upon number of shares, then it will be 32 rupees per share. 32 rupees per share. So we will get 32 rupees per share. So it is a good amount, so that the company prefer to use more and more debt in the capital structure, because for paying debt the company has to pay only 10% dividend over it. And in this condition the company is getting 32 rupees earning per share. So if the EPS will be more than 10%, then company prefer to use more debt in the capital structure. So after we have to calculate ROI. ROI stands for return on investment. So the formula for calculating ROI will be EBIT upon total capital into 100. As EBIT is 20 lakh, total capital rupees 50 lakh into 100, we will get 40%. We will get 40%. So students, this is the way to calculate EPS and ROI in the particular condition if the debt is not given. So students, I will send you some of the questions related to it. If you have any query, if you have any problem related to this topic, you may ask your queries on my personal number, and I will send you some of the questions like this only. So you should try to solve this type of questions in your homework. Then you will get you comes to know that how to find out EPS and ROI. And I am suggesting you to watch the video again and again to know about capital structure well. Or if you have any problem related to it, you may ask your queries on my personal number. So students, it's enough for today. Have a nice day.